Hello, welcome to my channel. If you have found me, then congrats, you're pregnant. I'm here just to share my workouts through my second pregnancy with you, starting in my second trimester. 2, 3. Be soft. Hey mamas, and welcome back to my channel. All right, so in the first few videos, we did some easier exercises, just kind of easing into working out. I was really sick in my first and some of my second trimester, and it was kind of all I could do. So if you're just starting to exercise during pregnancy, they're a great place to start. Now I want to start moving into some things that are more on our feet. They're going to challenge us a little bit more. So moving into maybe the second trimester, maybe you're feeling great in your first trimester, wherever you are, just here to meet you where you're at. So I always like to start with a breathing exercise. So if we can just get into a comfortable position, we're going to focus on taking some belly breaths and coordinating that with our pelvic floor. So as you find yourself into a very good and comfortable posture, upright, I want you to breathe into your belly and exhale, relax. Feel your belly shrink as you exhale. Feel your belly grow as you inhale. You could do in through your nose, out through your nose, in through your nose, out through your mouth, however you feel most comfortable and at peace. Now, what I want you to do is bring your pelvic floor into the equation by relaxing your pelvic floor when you inhale. Imagine a flower opening. And then as you exhale, imagine picking your pelvic floor up and pulling it in. And then inhale, belly breath, fully release. Exhale. Feel your belly shrink. Feel your belly button come back towards your spine and feel your pelvic floor pull up and in. Inhale, relax pelvic floor. Exhale, contract, pull in pelvic floor. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull your belly button back. Pull your pelvic floor up and in. Feel your belly shrink. Exhale. Inhale, release. 3 more. Exhale, pull pelvic floor up and in. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull up and in. 1 more, guys. Fully release. Pull up and in. All right, now we're going to start off with a chest opener. So as you've heard me talk about before, mom posture is a real thing. Your posture just ends up like this when you have a newborn. You're always looking down at them. You're slouched. We want to do everything we can to pull you up and out of that position. And the more you do now, the better prepared you'll be for the potential neck pain to come, but for sure the postures. So you're going to take your foam roll here and place it just between your shoulder blades. My little boy's down there. You might hear him. Okay, so just at the level of your shoulder blades or wherever it feels the most comfortable for you, but somewhere in the middle. Place your hands at the base of your neck. Don't push your head forward. Just exhale. Lean over the roll. If this is painful, you need a softer roll. If it hurts so good, that's exactly what you need, girl. Keep going. 3, 4. Now notice I'm not flaring my rib cage and really lifting back. Keep your butt down, ribs down when you do this. You're just stretching your mid back. Let's do 6 more together. This should feel good. You could practice pulling your pelvic floor up and in as you exhale. Inhale, release. Exhale, contract. Inhale, release. Exhale, contract. Exhale, contract. Inhale, release. One more, sink into it. Nice job. Okay. Now, I want you to get one of your resistance bands out. If you have standard TheraBands, it goes from yellow to red to green to blue to gray in order of difficulty. I'm going to use a green band again. Having fun with Mimi. Okay, I'm going to take that band, and I want you to wrap it just above your knees. So give it a good bit of tension so that when you pull it apart, you can feel your hips working on the outside. Tie a bow here. Okay. Another windy day here in the mountains. Now, if you're not squatting already during pregnancy, I highly recommend lots and lots of squats. Midwives for a long time have been talking about the power of squats and how it helps with delivery, with the ease of delivery. Not sure if it's just because we're opening the hips or what it is, but you can't go wrong with strengthening your legs. So, highly recommend getting in the habit of doing squats. So, if you can squat without anything behind you, wonderful. If it doesn't feel comfortable, place a chair or some type of surface just behind you that you can squat comfortably to. Little bit of pressure through the band on the outside of your knees. Toes pointed just slightly out. Your feet can be just at shoulder width or just outside of shoulder, or just outside hip width apart. Sorry. And then sit back to the surface and then back up. So you're not sitting on it. You're just going to touch and go. 3. We're just going to go for 10 repetitions to start. 4. Notice I'm not rapidly descending to just plop down onto it. I'm using my muscles to lower my body, and I'm pushing out through the band so that my knees don't come back together. 6. Good. We're done with those. 7. Sink down to wherever you're comfortable and don't have any pain. 8. 9. 10. Now, my position here, I'm liking just a wide sort of sumo stance where my feet are just outside of hip width. If you're more comfortable, you can bring it a little bit more narrow, just not too narrow because it tends to be more pressure on the knees. If you feel some knee pain when you're doing this, I highly recommend putting a chair or something that's not going to fall over right behind you, because it'll help you sit your hips back. Because once we start putting pressure into the toes and rocking the knees forward, we sort of take our butt out of the equation, and we're putting lots of pressure in the joints in the front. So we're going to do this again. If you need to grab something to put behind you, please do. That'll really help with the positioning. If not, let's go into 10 more squats. I'm going to take that wide position again, push her out through the band, 10 repetitions. 1, 2. Good tempo to think about here is 3 seconds on the way down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Notice when I squat, my heels never come up off the ground. My goal is this 3 points of contact: big toe, little toe, and heel. And I want to keep pretty much equal pressure throughout all of them. If I rock too far into my toes, too much pressure on my knee joints. If I rock too far back, I'm losing my balance. So neither of those are favorable. So you want to try to keep in mind that 3-point contact and try to maintain that throughout. Now that feels pretty easy. We can add some weight into this. So holding a kettlebell or a dumbbell in this position, it's called goblet squat. Makes it a goblet squat, sort of a goblet shape there. So this time, if you feel comfortable, that felt good, even if you're still using the chair behind you, which is fine, you can grab a dumbbell or a kettlebell like I have. I'm going to take that sumo position again. I like that open position. Pressure out through the band. Goblet. I'm not holding it in front of me. I'm going to rest it on my chest. And 3 points of contact. If you can, I want you to come down and bury your elbows into your knees. And if you can't, I don't want you to worry about that. Just 3 points of contact. 4, 5, 6. Nice slow descent. 7, 8, 9, 10. Super. Good. Now, still working those butt muscles. You may remember one of my favorite exercises, the side leg lifts. It's a love-hate relationship, right? Okay, now we're going to work them standing up with the band. I don't like the little pre-made loops unless you have one of those booty bands, the hip circles. I like that brand a lot. If you don't have a hip circle, use a TheraBand and tie it yourself around your ankles. Now, the ankles is the most difficult position. If it's too difficult, use a lighter band or put it up above your knees, which makes it a little bit easier. If you're using a hip circle, you're going to want it up above the knees because it'll be quite tight. Now, if you're using a TheraBand, I'm going to put my feet together to give it a little tension and tie a little loop. You may have to play with this a little bit to make sure the band is not too tight. So I know that's going to be challenging for me, but not impossible. So I just give it a little bit of a stretch to feel, oh yes, I can bring my feet apart. That's not impossible. So I'm going to stick with that. And now we're going to sort of do skaters instead of band walk since I don't have very much room here. But keeping your torso up, okay? Athletic position, which means knees soft. You're not in a squat. Knees soft, hips back. This position is like you're getting ready to be tackled, like you're ready for somebody to push you over. Okay, you're in the position. And then with your feet pointed straight forward, toes pointed straight forward, you step side to side. Now notice, I'm not doing this. That's going to shut off the muscles I'm trying to work here. Don't point your toes out. Athletic stance, toes pointed straight forward, okay? Side step, side step, side step, side step. Look from the side, I'm not squatting, I have knees soft. You should be feeling it right here. If you're not feeling it, it's too loose or too tight. You can't bring your feet outside of shoulder width apart. It's too tight. So loosen it up or tighten it up. Quite breezy again here. Okay, you're not feeling these muscles. Again, check your position. Check that the band is not too tight. Back and forth. This should be tight enough that you're already burning as you're going back and forth. Don't worry about your reps. Feel the burn. Take a break. Okay. Now readjust. You need a lighter band. Go get a lighter band. If you need to just adjust how tight this is, make it harder, make it easier, go do that. Because we're going to rest our butts for a second and then do another one. This is my favorite side butt exercise, your hip abductors. This is my all-time favorite. I'll do it in between sets. I love it. Any way I can get this in. Okay, so we're going to do another set. I don't want you to worry so much about the reps, but we're going to try to get about 10 on each side this time. Now, again, if you couldn't see in the video before, soft knees, not a squat. Soft knees, not a squat. You should be able to pull your foot outside of shoulder width apart without turning the foot out. Toes should be straight forward. Side step. 1, 1, 2, 2. No side leaning. 3, 3. Torso up. 4, 4, 5, 5, 6. Keep knees soft. 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew! That's tight enough for me. Oh, good one. All right. I have mentioned this is my favorite exercise, so we are going to do one more. All right. So rest your butt. Give yourself about 30 seconds to rest, and then we're going to go again, and then we'll be halfway through our workout. If it burns, it's a good thing. I promise. Okay. Now again, should be able to pull your foot outside of hip width, toes pointed straight forward, athletic stance, not a squat, and go. 1, 2, 3, side view, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Are we happy? I'm happy. All right. Take your water break as you need. Okay. Now, I want you to grab your dumbbell or kettlebell again. Now, if you have something to lean on, you could also use your foam roll. It's a great idea to lean on something while we're doing this to stabilize your spine. We're going to do some bent over rows. Now, bent over rows are for your mid back. A lot of people turn this into an arm exercise, so I'm going to hope to show you how to not do that. So grab your weight, put it right next to your roll. Athletic stance again, so hips back, no arch, no flex, just straight back. Okay, resting your elbow there. I want you to do here is pull the weight back with your elbow instead of your hand. So the goal is elbow going to your rib cage, shoulder coming down. The result there should be feeling this. Now, if this is what you're seeing, you're not working it. You're not working the back. Okay. So again, your goal here is weight pulled with your elbow. Pull your elbow towards your rib cage and pull your shoulder blade down. And then relax. Okay, I'm going to try a few of these. I'm going to talk you through it onto how to hopefully not use your bicep muscles instead. So leaning on the surface that you have for support, let's try 8 to 10 together. We'll start with 8, just depending on the weight you have. So draw your elbow back to the rib cage, pull your shoulder blade down hard, and release. A good tempo for release is 2 to 3 seconds. Elbow back, and release. Elbow back, pull your shoulder blade down hard, and release. 4. If you need to, stop and squeeze the muscle at the end. You shouldn't be picking your elbow up or away from your body. 6. Pull the elbow into your rib cage. 7. See how it comes alongside my body. It doesn't go behind me. 8. All right. 8 is a good start. Good. Quite windy, for sure. So same thing on the other side here. Elbow is going to draw back into the rib cage. Not poking out, not pulling back and up. Straight into the rib cage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep your arm tight to your chest, to your rib cage. 5, pull that shoulder blade down hard, hard, hard. Squeeze it in towards your body. 6, squeeze it in towards your body. Pull the shoulder blade down. 1 more. Back towards your rib cage. Pull the shoulder blade down, down, down. 1, 2, 3 to release. Now, hopefully, you're feeling the muscles more in your back now. If you're not, you may actually need to slightly increase the weight. Or you may try to decrease the weight, use no weight, and simply practice contracting that muscle. I can feel that if I do that. Just the movement and trying to squeeze the muscle. And again, you should be feeling back muscles here. You might feel it more in towards your shoulder blade as well, which is great. Practice squeezing. That feels pretty good. Try some weight and see if you can perfect that. Let's try another set of 8 reps on each side. If you have more, you can do more. If you're following along, we're going to do 8. Okay. Elbow into rib cage. Shoulder blade pulling down. If the roll is not comfortable, grab something more stable. You can use a chair if you want. 3. Make sure you're pulling shoulder blade down. 5. Squeeze your elbow in towards your rib cage. 6. Don't lead with your hand. Lead with your elbow. 7. 8. Good. Switching sides here. Elbow pulled towards rib cage. 1. Pulling in tight. 2. 3. Stop and adjust as needed. 4. Squeeze. 5. 6. Keep it tight to your body. 7. Squeeze the muscle. Slow on the way down. 8. All right. Good. 2 more exercises. You're over halfway through. So now, one of the positions I really like to get into is this half kneel. Again, we talk a lot about hip openers. This is a good one. So getting into this kneeling position is great, but also when we're in this kneeling position, we do shoulder press from this position, making sure you can hear me. We can also make sure we're focusing on anti-arching. Now, if you remember some of the things that happen to us during pregnancy, because the belly gets bigger, we start to relax forward, the knees get locked out, and the back arches. So working on just softening the knees when standing can make a big difference in flattening the back. Now see that effect. Knees locked out, belly forward. This is what we kind of fall into as pregnant women. Soft knees, flattens the back. If you stand for work, this is very, very helpful. Now, when we kneel, we're also going to focus on trying not to arch the back. So we're going to focus on posterior pelvic tilting. So instead of butt out, butt tucked under, from this position, we're going to shoulder press. So grab a weight you're comfortable with lifting for 6 to 8 reps. You can lift this way. If you want to work on extra shoulder stability and you only have a light weight, go this way for sure. But that's going to be a light weight. Okay. Now, we're going to press straight up 6 to 8 reps here. 1. Bring palm in towards your ear on the way down. 2. Palm faces out. 3. Curl it in. 4. Palm out. 5. 6. Make sure you're not arching. Pull the butt under. 7. Nice and slow on the way down. 8. Right now we're going to work my weak side. I know you got one too. I see you. All right, nice flat back. If your leg's out too far, it might make it a little bit more difficult, so you might want to shallow your stance. Okay, starting at the shoulder, palm facing ear, press up, palm facing out. 1, 2, keep the back flat. Squeeze your butt in the down leg to help with that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Any shoulder pain with this, feel free to subtract the twist. You can just press straight up. Even easier from this neutral position. You want to just press from there, that's fine. If you want to, if it feels better to press this way, that's fine too. So stick with what makes your shoulder feel best. We're going to do one more set on each side. Now, guys, if you don't get 8 reps with this, that's fine. If you want to get to 8 reps, you can drop the heavier weight, move to a lighter weight during the set, or you can complete the whole set with a lighter weight, or just hit 6. But either way, no matter how many reps you get, make sure you're taking it close to failure, but not to failure. So close to failure, you might have 1 to 2 reps left in the tank. So it's quite hard by the end of the set, yeah? Okay. Are we ready? Okay. Palm faces out as you come up. 1, twist down. Palm faces out. Keep the back flat. 3, breathe. Back flat. 4, squeeze the butt on the down leg. 5, nice and slow on the way down. Control it. 6, 7, back flat. 8. Doing great. We only have 1 exercise left after this. Okay. Same thing other side. Back flat. Towards the ear. Palm out in front of us. 1, 2, 3. Nice and slow on the way down. Flat back. 4, 5. Hope I didn't just give myself an extra rep. 6. 7. Kind of feels like it because it's my weak side. 8. Did you keep a flat back? Notice I put my hand back here. It's totally fine to monitor yourself that way. Done with that. Okay. Now, one of the concepts we've talked about in previous videos is this concept of doming or coning that happens where your abs separate. So if something is too challenging for your abdominals, you may notice that you get sort of a bulge in the middle of your tummy, right where your belly button is. That's where your transverse abdominis muscles have separated. They've separated the ab muscles, and you may get this doming out of your abdominal contents. We want to generally avoid that. So if you notice that happening, first try to fix it. Don't give up on the exercise right away. First try to fix it and draw your belly button back and in and see if you can undome yourself. I might have just coined the term, undome yourself. If you can't undome yourself, the exercise is too difficult, move on to an easier exercise. So we're gonna do an exercise now, a plank variety. If this is too difficult for you, you can back off and choose one of the core exercises from another video. I'll show you a variation as well. So whenever we get into a position where we're doing core, flat back, because the abdominals can't work from this extended spine position because it stretches them. Flat back, belly button pulled in, drawn in. Then we're going to put the legs back straight. In order to veer on the cautious side of keeping your back flat, you can slightly dome a little bit. This will give you a nice flat back, whereas most people think that this is flat. If you don't have a mirror in front of you, veer on the cautious side of being like slightly scared cat or slightly domed Okay, that's fine. You'll get good recruitment here. As long as you can draw your belly button back and avoid the doming, great. Okay, so plank position. Now, if this feels pretty good to you, you have options here. You can hold this for 10 seconds. Sorry, shoulder width apart with the feet. You can hold this for 10 seconds, longer if you want, or you can rock. So I'm going to rock as far forward into my fingertips as I can, and then as far back into my heels as I can. If this doesn't feel good, just hold it and focus on keeping your belly button drawn back. Okay, and take a break. You should have a mirror in front of you. If you don't, that's really the best, because you can see your back position, and then you can also see what's happening in your abdomen. Now, if it feels pretty good and this feels pretty easy, you can also go down onto elbows. So we're going to try, you're either going to hold for 10 seconds or you're going to rock back and forth, keeping your back flat. Let's try another rep. Breathe, pull your belly button back towards your spine. Okay, legs straight, slightly domed up or as flat as you can get. Nose over hands, back into heels. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, if that doesn't feel good to you, don't do that one. You can always come up onto hands and just focus on pulling your legs back and just pulling your belly button back towards your spine, making sure you're not getting any doming or coning. Okay, take a quick breath. We're going to finish with one more set of that in whatever variety you choose, and then we're going to be done. I'm tired, and you're tired. We're tired. Okay, are we ready? I'm going to get down onto elbows. You ladies do what feels best for you. Respect your body. And if none of this feels good, choose a different exercise. You need to be able to do it without coning. 1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. I'm ready for a water break. I hope you ladies are. Thank you so much for taking the time just to meet me here. Take some time for yourself. I hope you got to do the whole thing in one shot. Nobody interrupted your workout. But thank you for honoring your body and taking the time to join us. See you next time.